Hello, friends. It's the Carnivore Rabbi here, as always, to meet, pray, and love together. We human beings, we have this tendency to magnify small differences. One of the classics is, of course, the Coke versus Pepsi debate. People swear by one or the other when we know they're basically the same thing, sugar water. Or we prefer one brand of sparkling water over another, Perrier versus San Pellegrino. Again, even though they are basically the same thing. Laundry detergent. We can think of so many examples. This happens in the religious community as well. I know it in the Jewish community. We have kosher laws about certain foods that you can eat. And there are certain kosher laws about slaughter, how you slaughter animals, kosher butcher. But then there are people that are even stricter. They only allow this type of butcher or that type of butcher. You only go to this butcher shop, even though they're all kosher. We magnify the small differences. This tendency pops up in the carnivore community as well, many areas. One area is grass-fed versus grain-fed meat. Some people will swear that grass-fed is the only way to go, and you're doing carnivore wrong if you don't eat grass-fed meat. Others say grass-fed and grain-finished, which is quite common, is the best because the meat tends to be fattier, tends to be better marbled. Others say it makes no difference, just get the best meat you can afford. Same goes for issues like dairy. Is dairy carnivore? Yes, it's animal-based, but it can cause weight gain in people, and it causes fatigue for some people and irritation for others. Or what about coffee? Is that okay on the carnivore diet? And people split into camps on these issues. And part of the problem is that the meaning of carnivore diet is unclear for many people, not for everyone, but it means different things to different people. I was listening to a Bart K video recently, Professor Bart K, and he said that if you eat 70% animal-based, you are a carnivore. I don't think Dr. Chafee would agree with that. And so I don't particularly agree with it either. But with all these various opinions and conflicting definitions, what do? If we get too caught up in the debate, we're going to lose the simplicity that makes this way of eating so wonderful. So what do? First, we need to know ourselves. Does dairy upset us? Are egg whites okay? Some people have irritation with egg whites. This takes time. Some people, like Dante Ferrigno, suggest starting with the lion diet, just beef, salt, and water, and then testing additions. Test egg yolks, test coffee. He found he does best with just ruminant meat, that's beef and lamb, salt, and water. That seems to be a very good suggestion to me. My journey was a little different. I started with just meat, and that included chicken and turkey and even cheese, and even diet soda, Zevia. Over time, I cut out all of that. You know what? It's not really cut out. It's more like they just faded away. My taste for beef and eggs just grew. The other foods and drinks weren't nearly as nourishing. So the simplicity came out of the complexity. And that happens with a lot of people. Listen to your body. Now, that advice can sound a little confusing, especially at the beginning. It's like when you're a new parent. People would say, oh, treasure this time. It's so precious. It'll pass quickly. Meanwhile, you're staying up all night, getting 3 hours of sleep. You're not really thinking that way, so it can sound a little annoying and confusing at the beginning. That's the same thing I felt initially when people would say, listen to your body. You'll know what it's telling you. And it is confusing and a little annoying at the beginning. But you do get better at it over time. There are periods now where I'm just thinking, I just feel I'm not interested in eggs. I think my body is telling me I don't need them right now. Then, after a few weeks, I crave them again. Same with liver. Sometimes I feel like, oh, I could use some liver right now. Actually, it happens sometimes if I get a little sick. Liver is actually very nourishing, but then I don't have it for months. The longer you are carnivore, the more you restore your body's natural signals. I want to go back to what Bart K said. He said 70% animal-based is truly carnivore. I don't know why he says that. Of course, that's better than the standard American diet. But I would say, in the end, the labels really don't matter. We have to adopt our own philosophy and practice. And in fact, one interesting part of this self-exploration is learning about different points of view. You can hear what Bart Kay has to say, and you can hear what Dr. Chafee and Dr. Baker and Dr. Berry have to say. They all have slightly different emphases. And if you like going deeper, it's fun to explore those. But if you want to just keep it simple, like I do, just eat fatty meat until you're satiated. If they don't bother you, eat eggs too. Test it. If you like chicken and other meats, by all means, enjoy them. But I bet many of us, will end up just eating mostly beef. It's just the most nourishing. The bigger point is don't let the small differences get in the way of embracing the absolute proper human diet.